Amazing match point.
High and mighty. We all got to do that. Especially I'm not propelling down from here down the knee.
Yeah, it's that. That's what it does.
Come on, scratch it up. Put it on there. I'm entertained. If it is, I'm entertaining the other evening. They don't start to scream until I do my. Or once they start warming up, I guess they do. The mic, well, the mic can be hot when they start screaming the rap.
Oh yeah, we Sarah and I played them with or maybe not but we won against
Derek, you good balls?
Playing next?
No, I got 3. So.
Rick does to you?
Yeah, I'll get you one more.
That's what I need, the little one. What's the brand? What is it called? It's called Hyperbulk. What's that?
Alright, we'll get fresh. I have 3 and France get me 1.
It's vibrating here.
Steady Ken. That's what I got.
Grant. Grant. Just give one to Flora and Honor for warm-up. Or give them both. Give them both for warm-up. Oh, alright. I got another.
I was telling John I'm
Priority.
okay.
That one you need, Jeff. Still defrosted or what? I thought you guys might still be defrosting. Don't go anywhere after. We'll make sure we put the clown on. Everyone feels a little, they feel like Anna's shoes are oversized.
Finals, ladies. Yeah. All right, we're going to do like a soda pop.
You were on fire yesterday. You were like, oh, you're a little
So
common.
you guys know, if you have a question on the call, let me know. I'll call football over the net or into the net. Otherwise, make your call. And when you start the serve warm up, I'll do the announcement.
Amazing match point. What athleticism.
And there you have it, your APTA national champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up and he's right there.
Amazing match point. What athleticism.
And there you have it, your APTA national champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up and he's right there.
Hello and welcome to the 2022-23 APTA Tour. We are live from the Philadelphia Cricket Club, bringing you the Philly Cricket Classic, which is the third stop on the APTA Tour, sponsored by the APTA membership, the APTA national sponsor Paddle Pro and Fusion, and local sponsors Falcon, Ponlahaki, Team Wetzel, Fiduciary Trust International, BLB and B Advisors LLC, SSH Real Estate, and Total Platform Tennis. I'm Jerry Viant, along with Patty Hogan, bringing you the first of the women's semi-finals between Liz Cruz and Roxy Anika, and the number one seeds Floor Harnish and Ana Maria Zabori. Patty, good afternoon. Let's
Jerry,
introduce the players.
Good afternoon. It appears to me on the far side in the ad court with blue pants on. Jerry, can you help me out? Is that Ana Zabori?
That is Ana Maria Zabori.
Well, thank you so much. And in the near court on the deuce side, we just saw her partner in matching outfits. That's how it's going to be easy for everyone to follow the amazing team of Zabori and Hanish here today, because they do have matching outfits. Our number one seed, undefeated, coming off an undefeated season, and such an exciting pairing here against Liz Cruz and Roxy Anika. Liz and Roxy have played before. We're finalists in the Nationals in Philadelphia, and have. Let's take a look at the draw and see how they both got here, Jerry.
to see the top part of the draw is Harnish and Sabori. And they were efficient in their 6-1, 6-2 win over Manly Ruoff, with Cruz and Anika came through with a solid straight set win over Morgan and Sakura. And I would think, Patty, that match would help them get refamiliarized, because Cruz is now in Chicago and Anika in Connecticut. And as you mentioned, they did get to the national finals in 2017, but I don't think they've been on the court together since then. So, you know, 4-4, that's a nice, good, solid match. Morgan and Sakura, they would have seen a lot of balls to help them get ready. And then down below in the bottom half, Curtis Andrekova, they had a repeat performance for Montclair, defeating Kiro and Lolich. Although Kiro and Lolich is showing improvement by extending, you know, this time they played them, took them 3 sets. So, you know, that they're on the upswing, that team. And Shea Sutter cruised through over Prendergast Singh. So that's the matchup on the bottom half will be Curtis Andrekova, Shea Sutter.
Sherry, this is, you know, when we look at the top players in the women's game, and when the draw came out and we saw this as a potential semifinal matchup, we knew it was going to be a thriller, and here we go.
So that's Zabori on the left, down the far end, and Florentina Harnish. And Zabori serving first.
Jerry's be interested to see where Cruz and Anika came out, and what sides of the court they would play. We know they both are phenomenal from both the deuce court and the ad court, and Roxy must have had 2 votes because she's in the ad court today.
And both Anika and Cruz are coming off a successful start to the season. Liz Cruz has played with 2 different partners out in the Chicago area and won both her tournaments, one with Spencer Caravaggio and
with Jacqueline Williamson, Jerry.
Jacqueline Williamson,
Yeah, in the Medina Cup, a new event out on the APTA Tour.
Right. And then, of course, Anika, we saw her in full display at Montclair playing with Gabby Nicolescu. So this team going in with a lot of confidence, undefeated. You can see there's a nice crowd there at the Philly Cricket Club. Beautiful fall day. Anika moving forward with that swinging volley that she loves. Oh. Routine volley.
Behind the back, we knew it was going to happen, just not so fast. Amazing. Zabori just has incredible racket skills.
A beautiful moving by Anika. She likes to move forward, and this temperature will really suit her game. If the overheads are going into that backside screen, she really likes to hold that backhand and drive off of that screen. Harnish and Sabori are going to have to watch their speed of play against this team.
Jerry, it just seems like so often in these matches, whoever controls the tempo, kind of, you know, in the early going, you know, we know that you've got to play a couple games here, get your feet wet every day, kind of feel out your opponents a little bit. But the pace of play will be a curious thing to me as to which player here can control that.
Yep. Both teams like to play fast. All 4 women are super athletic. So I expect to see a lot of transition plays, a lot of blitzing, a lot of movement.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see long chalk talks delaying play during play, Jerry. You know, they'll have chats, but I think they're all really efficient, and they're going to move through this. I think this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think when everybody saw the draw come out, It was this match that stood out.
Jerry, we know that Liz Cruz is like a phenomenal role player. She has proven, as has Roxy, that they can get out and play with anybody. But Cruz, in particular, sort of has that steady temperament. I mean, it's rare that you ever see her go up and down in a match, where that's where she's a great partner for Roxy here, and I think they could. I think this is going to be really curious, and given Anika's movement, Jerry, when I saw her play at Montclair, Roxy struggled with a knee issue in the past season, and she seems really fresh and happy and light out there, and all of that translates to a lot of confidence coming out of that ad court from Anika.
Agreed. It's the best I've ever seen her play, Montclair. And serve. A lot of times she, parts of her game are flowing, but she'll struggle with her serve, but she completely went to that sidearm serve, and I think we called the semi-final match, but she didn't fault at all. She came off the court, and I said to her, you didn't fault, really? Really? Both teams just feeling each other out and getting their timing. A long first game.
Yeah, Panish just didn't get the depth on that shot, that overhead she just hit, and that's where Anika was ready to pounce and was able to get that dipping ball right at her feet, forcing a volley error.
You can see that Anna Maria Zabori is wearing sunglasses. And I was noting, during when we were waiting to go on there, the shininess of the court and also the direction of the sun from that end is quite tough.
Oh, it's brutal, Jerry. We've looked into the sun many times. It is tough.
Watch the speed of that overhead going into Anika's corners. Like I said, she's really has increased her range of offensive shots.
Yeah, Zabori's going to have to. Yeah, she's going to have to get it to Anika's backhand, or maybe go a little bit more up the middle. That second panel on that ad court set is the beautiful setup for Anika. I don't think Zabori will give her too many of those.
That's Liz Cruz at the far end of her screen. She's got the white jacket and the white visor.
Liz just moved from Connecticut and out in Wilmette, Illinois now, and she's teaching. She's the director at Saddle and Cycle in downtown Chicago. And I loved when I heard that she had the opportunity out there, Jerry, for the women's game in Chicago, just to add a player of the caliber and class of a Liz Cruz. She's going to help raise that whole level of play out there.
Yeah, totally agree. Be fun for all those players to be on the court with her. She's just a delight, like you said in the beginning. She's always positive. She's always upbeat. She's just in every point.
Do it again.
And that's that shoulder high ball into Anika that's going to give Harnish and Zabori trouble, because Anika just loves to take that ball at that spot, whether it's off the screen or off the deck.
Boy, Anika looks sharp here on the onset, Jerry.
Yeah, she does. Said they're all athletic. This is the plays that I expected to see because Cruz sees the court so well, and she will cover Anika. Looks like Anika's, really coming out and taking quite a few chances here early in the first game, Patty.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes to her strengths, and it also talks a lot about her mobility, Jerry. I keep saying that, but she looks like a different player this season than last year. And I always feel that anybody can play with anybody in the sport if they just keep a high percentage of their drives and just keep making their opponents volley. And Hanish and Zaboria have hit a couple shorter balls here, and against the offensive abilities that you get from Anika out of that ad court, she'll make you pay. Not all your opponents will make you pay, but she's got the skills and the speed to make you pay.
Back to deuce.
You see how nice Liz Cruz is? She said, "Will you help me, please?" when she thought there was potential that ball could hit a nick and fly over. Just alerting her partner.
Umpire has been looked at several times. I believe that's Derek Yost in the chair, isn't it, Patty, calling the match?
It is.
We have our first break.
Yeah, really solid start there for Cruz and Anika. A little shaky start for Zaboria and Hanish, and you can see their strategy looks like they want to figure out, did you go after Liz? Because maybe she doesn't. Liz is not what I think of as instant offense, Jerry. I always feel that Liz's offense comes from a combination of really smart, well-paced balls where you get someone like Anika out there, a Nicolescu. It's just that instant offense. Zabori, she only needs one hit to do it.
Liz Cruz, and this is a compliment, is like a dripping tap. She does not go away. She just stays in it. She knows how to move the ball around. She's pinpoint accuracy with her lobs. Okay, Roxy Anika serving. We'll get a look at her sidearm serve. It's been very effective for her. Right tight on the net.
But what a first volley, Jerry. Anika makes things like that look so easy.
She read that play. Zaboria just trying to force it just a little bit. Good spin overhead there. I think that's the overhead that Zaboria really needs to keep hitting, is where you can hit that breaker where it breaks on the court and grabs the side screen and then dies on the back screen.
My hamstrings hurt just you describing it.
Well, she's one of the few females that has that overhead.
Yeah, she moves her grip over and just incredible hands able to come through underneath. She generates a decent amount of pace as well as spin on the shot.
the switch at net. They put Anika on the left side. She's got more variety of spin overheads.
And she's got that amazing low backhand volley, Jerry. Liz Cruz is a two-handed low volley or more, and Roxy's got a little, Anika has a little more range on her volley ability, I would say.
Yeah, and don't hit the floater shot to Anika because she possesses that deadly drop shot off of the backhand. Switch again, putting Anika on that left side. Little bit of hesitation there at net when Hanish puts that lob through the middle.
Yep, and that's the spot that causes confusion with most teams, and that's just where a little bit of not playing together can hurt you. Oh, what?
Caught up to that spin.
How much fun is Anika having, Jerry?
Yeah. A little too much fun. But yeah, she looks very comfortable and very loose to me.
You know, it's the risk reward, Jerry. When Cruz is the player to the left of the team's hitting a ton of overheads, she won't really give Hanish and Zabor too many offensive looks where, you know, Anika is far more likely to spray the ball all over the place. Little bit more risk, but a lot more reward.
It's a good shot of Derek. Chair umpire, of course, he is calling the score, and he will overrule if asked. He's not calling the lines. There's just no court over there.
She went over pretty far into Hanish's court for that shot.
That was a point to go up to Love.
Yeah, second fault from Anika in this game. And, you know, Zabori's the one spraying some errors and giving them some errors here. And I think when you get that from a player, I just think you gotta keep your ball in play. You gotta get early serving. You gotta get it in and let that player do something with it. I just think these guys, Hanish and Zaboria, have proven they're so good. And when you have freebie opportunities, you gotta convert. You're just not going to get that many.
Let's see if we can grab that for a replay. Show that at the end of this game. Anika's slash backhand drop.
Best in the women's game?
No.
Top two. Top two.
For sure. I mean, they had no chance of catching up to that. That's the play. That's the play. That's a great lob. And coming behind blitz by Hanish. Back to Juice. Almost pulled that one off too.
I don't think she... Yes, I don't think she needed to add the hot fudge to that one. Just a single scoop would have done it.
way behind the service line there. Just went for a little too much spin.
Little indecision. I thought I heard. I don't know. Maybe the ball's going out.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
Versus bounce it.
So Anika Cruz back to deuce.
Support look on that ball, Jerry. Just, the depth of the overhead from Cruz, a little more than meets the eye. It's got a little bit of spin on that ball.
Zabory's, is trying to string some big hits together here. And that's a tough angle, when you're outside of the service box going for that side screen. The net's higher, you're running out of court space. You're really better off just pushing it back deep. There's another fault. Breakpoint opportunity. And that levels the first set at 1 apiece.
That was a little gifting and regifting, Jerry, between Zabory in that game and Anika. They each had some, pretty good looks on shots they like. They didn't convert, and I think that lob, the lobbing that we've always seen from Zabory and Hamish, they place their lobs so well, and we saw Hanish come in and, pull off a blitz successfully, and I just think when you can get an Anika hitting her overheads from beyond the service line, like you mentioned, then that puts her in a much more risky situation.
Just wide.
Big forehand. Zabory took something off that ball, Jerry. She went
Yes.
pretty far, but just took some pace off it. Beautifully controlled swing.
Higher over the net too. Placement was pinpoint. This is for Harnish serving.
Zabory's got the ponytail, Jerry. For those of you who don't know these players, in their identical outfits, Zabory's got the ponytail.
It's that same overhead, that break into the side screen. Yeah, good move by Harnish to stay back there. She was pulled way back deep.
You know, we said Anika started lights out, Jerry, in this match. She's cooled off a little bit. She's given away. Like, we know that Cruz is not going to give you much. And that's where Anika, I just think, has to have some patience here. A little bit more patience. She doesn't have to pull the trigger the first time she gets a great look. They're so good, they're going to create enough looks for themselves throughout this match. She doesn't really need to pull the trigger always so early.
I think, probably her confidence shook just a little bit with that faulting. You can see the far end is looking directly into the sun. See this big grip change from Anika.
Advantage. Anish Jabari.
Sure, we talked earlier about how these players are so talented. They play each side equally well, perhaps. And Liz Cruz, I mean, she's won a national championship in the deuce court, and she's won a national championship in the ad court. I think that says a lot about a player.
Yeah, she understands the game. She understands and sees the court well. And of course, she always plays within herself. She knows where her offensive plays are. Oh, nice control there by Zabori. A little bit of a cat and mouse.
Yeah, and just a beautifully paced ball. Paced and placed. Didn't overdo it. The harder you hit, the more these players can run down every shot with their level of athleticism. So knowing when to take pace off shots is just as important as knowing when to add pace. So I think we're at 2-1, Jerry. I believe we're 2-1. I don't see the scoreboard up there right now, but I'm sure it will magically appear.
Well, I know I saw tour director Jackie Cameron out there talking to the umpire. We're trying to get his microphone connected.
Jerry, so Hanisch held for the first hold of the match. There were after 2 breaks, so I believe it's 2-1. Hanisch and yes, 1-2. Liz Cruz serving.
See Anika trying to stop that cross-court return. Change the look on the court on Hanisch.
You know, that was an interesting shot, Jerry, because we couldn't see a lot, but what we could see was that Anika hadn't really moved over. The ball was over in the deuce court and kind of got caught. They hadn't shifted, and that's one of the things when you're not playing often together, just the subtle little things. There's all of a sudden there's bigger openings that should be, and it looked like Hanisch was able to capitalize.
Get that reaching error.
They lead the first set 3-1.
So we're in the first set from Philly Cricket Club, and we had two breaks to start the match, and then Hanisch held, and then Cruz was just broken. And so we see Zabori and Hanisch in a familiar position out in front in the first set, 3-1.
And you can see them energized.
Jerry, whenever you get an update on the Shea Sutter match, could you please share? Because Ron Cummins needs to know the update. He needs to know scores all the time.
Will do.
Ellen Birchnell and Clarissa O'Hearn also need to know the scores all the time. They're missing the scoreboard on the screen. Hopefully that'll come up soon.
We had another trick shot between the legs from Zabori.
And Jerry, we got to give kudos to Clarissa O'Hearn. She's on the road, headed to Dartmouth, Dartmouth homecoming weekend, and not in great range, but she's able to listen to this with Wi-Fi and enjoying the action. Thanks, Clarissa.
Nice touch.
You know, Jerry, there's paddle boys. Clarissa could have been one of the paddle girls if they thought of it first. Super into it. Loves the announcing. Loves the streaming, Jerry.
That's great.
Did she forget it was not a Tuesday night? She's feeling really good. She's like, nah, why hit a boring backhand volley when I can go behind my back and try it?
And it's just instinctual with her. You know, it's not, she doesn't think about it. It just comes out.
I know how that is, Jerry. It's that impulse control at times.
This is what this team does so well, is communicate with each other. Big
Yeah,
return from Anika.
Yeah, it lets them weather the storm. I think when you have those open lines of communication, you go up and down well together as a team. You figure it out. And sometimes if you're not on the same page, not only mentally, but just like emotionally, you both have to be in the same space. Then that gives you a ton of confidence to dig in deep and, figure things out. Change the momentum if you don't have it. And right now, Zabora and Hanisch have all the momentum. And I think some of the lack of depth in that early game really fueled Anika and some of her shot making, and now they've kind of leveled it out, keeping the ball deep. You haven't seen Anika get too many highlight shots in the last 10 minutes of play.
Overhead was pinpoint accuracy, deep, and caught the nick, and that gives Hanisch a 4-1 lead in the first set.
Hey, Jerry, do you know Paddle Pro has been, for over 20 years, Paddle Pro has been recognized as an industry leader in platform tennis. The knowledge, expert advice, vast inventory, and ultimate customer service will help any player find the perfect equipment to take your game to the next level. Paddle Pro is the only website to carry all platform tennis brands. For more information, go to www.paddlepro.com.
We have Roxy Anika serving at 1-4. Nice little push slice forehand Harnish has got. Got the reaching error.
I'll tell you, that was a well-placed lob again from Zabori. I liked her patience right there, and she got Anika deep, and Anika, had one shot in mind, and she was going to hit it no matter what, where she definitely had to change her overhead right there.
Big blitz by Harnish.
I thought blitzing would be a factor for either team's success here today, Jerry.
Yeah, well, we've seen Harnish use that play time and time again.
Yeah, Harnish is brilliant at that. You talk to her, she sees the court, she's aware of what's going on. She works a combination of shots and capitalizes when she's created an open court because of a phenomenal lob.
That was effective serve by Anika there. She kept the ball low, which made it harder for Harnish to hit that little probing slice forehand. It was below the level of the net.
What a beautiful shot from Anika. Just really held that a long time. Saw the opening.
You can see Anika's starting to feel the ball again. Good nick. Zabori didn't read that. She's taken off up the side screen. Harnish can cover it if it pops out the other way.
If you don't know, just go to that side screen.
Back to deuce. Great overhead by Cruz, straight down at the feet of Zabori.
Shea Sutter update. It's tied in the first set. I don't know what the score is, but it's tied. I just heard.
Tied's good.
Hanish has hit a couple of drops, Jerry. Maybe that's her second or third, and I love the use of that against the team of Anika and Cruz. And against anybody, she just saw a little bit at opening, didn't hit a, just a drop shot, dead right winner, just a short ball. And I think that really is going to keep Cruz a little more in that deuce court.
Yeah, creates movement. Just to have to make sure that that drop shot is a drop.
Cruz just reminded Anika, put the ball in the box. We see Anika has gone to the sunglasses as well, Jerry. We got a good shot of them there.
Yeah. That's a big point here. 1-4 deuce.
Yeah, I don't think Cruz wants to give up this position at the net. I think Roxy loves being the player to the left. But Cruz has a ton of confidence in her variety on her overhead.
And I think also her placement.
Yeah, she replies on placement and depth far more than Anika does.
Yeah, she's not going to give as many opportunities. to Hanish and Zabori to use pace. That's the play. Pulled Cruz out of the service box, got Cruz to hit that overhead a little short and stepped in and brought it down at her feet for the blitz. She knew what she wanted to do. Just pushed it a little too long, and that gives Hanish Zabori a 5-1 lead in the first set.
Jerry, do more people win paddle matches or do more people lose paddle matches?
Well, you know, it's a game of errors.
You know, this match just started and they were, you know, that first game was amazing and then it sort of went the other way. And my point is, I think it's self-inflicted wounds here a little bit with Anika and Cruz. And Zabori has definitely leveled out and, you know, has lessened the number of unforced errors big time. And Floor does what, Hanish does what she always does, where she capitalizes. She's willing to really wait. She hits all those shots off speed that just opens up the court. Just gives them opportunity after opportunity to hit really good shots.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the beginning, they've settled down now, Hanish and Zabori. Not making as many unforced errors, got their rhythm. Nice little slash drop. And I think, Patty, that's where the game has really evolved with the women's side, is you can't hit those floaters from that far back in the court anymore because they're just going to drop you and cut the ball. They've got added more offensive shots. She read that play well.
Yeah, beautiful movement. Well, the first two games took longer than the last four, Jerry, I think. What does that equal, Jerry? I don't think the math is right on that. No, I'm only kidding. No, but it just, I thought we were going to be in for a plotting type of match here, and then it's not played out quite that way here as we get later in the set.
Good eye by Cruz.
Advantage, Cruz and Anika.
Just look at those rocks. The volley from Cruz just in that game. You know, just those still, quiet hands, Jerry.
Yeah, we're just trying to get an update on the other women's semi-final that's going on. Curtis Ondrekova, Shea Sutter.
I would think that match would be a long match, Jerry. They've played each other in the same combination over and over and over. And that'll be a knockdown, drag-out match there. And the match is critical for both teams, you know, to get through, try to get a berth in the finals.
We've got some scenes from the Philadelphia Cricket Club. And back to the match. 2-5, Liz Cruz serving.
Hanisch capitalized. A little bit of a weaker serve, landed short in the box, and Hanisch just took it right out of Nika.
Nice line drive by Cruz there.
Yeah. I was talking about Cruz's volley, Jerry. She's just rock solid, the quiet hands. You see a lot of movement when Anika hits a volley, a backhand volley in particular. She's looking to hit that cutter where you just see Cruz will just block the ball back. Very, you know, very little wrist action.
Here's the combination of the overheads that we were talking about from Cruz. Very deliberate. Well placed and the right speed. She's not giving Hanisch and Zabori anything to work with. Oh, nice hold by Zabori. That little scout shot out wide that starts the whole sequence. He gets that reaching volley and then moves in behind it. And stayed calm. That's the critical thing. She knew the play, but sometimes you can get overexcited. Anika just showing herself the overhead that she should have chosen from that far back on the service box. We have the game and first set, Hanisch Zabori 6-2.
Yeah, Jerry, that was quite a first set from Hanisch Zabori. I mean, they hit their stride in about the third game, and they haven't looked back. And again, Hanisch Zabori are so rock solid from that baseline, and their lobs are just breaking down Anika and Cruz here, you know, and forcing some errors, really testing the positioning of Cruz and Anika, and having not played yet this year, you know, that's hurting them a little bit here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're figuring it out. They haven't had too much miscommunication, but the comfort level is definitely there for Hanisch and Zabori, you can see.
Hey, Jerry, Fusion is a proud partner of the APTA. Fusion curates what's next in branded gear and apparel for your company, your team, or your event. With a team of dedicated industry experts, Fusion curates high-end product selections for customization with your club logo, team logo, or corporate identity. We create a stress-free shopping experience with custom online stores and quick custom ordering to get the gear you need now without any hassle. Visit www.gearbyfusion.com and let Fusion provide you with gear to fuel your brand.
Zabori has started the second set.
Who's going to serve first for Cruz and Anika, Jerry?
It'll be interesting to see if the sun is a factor. If one player prefers not to serve in the sun. I think that's going to determine what they do.
You don't think the number of faults has anything to do with it?
You know, it could. I mean, I don't know what their preference is,
Mm-hmm.
but I know Zabore's got the sunglasses, so she was ready and focused on serving into the sun.
Yeah, I just think with Anika and Cruz, they've gone flat here, and be curious what adjustments they make here early in the second set. You know, I think it's not a bad play. We saw the last point of the set where Cruz missed a two-handed backhand when she was over in that ad court. I actually like it when they mix it up a tiny bit, and I think it shows you can, you force that net team in Zabori and Hanish, who are just rock solid gliding here right now, to maybe just get a little different look at the court, maybe have to tweak some of their overhead placement.
Yeah, we're seeing some unforced errors that we didn't see early in the first set from Anika, like there. You know, she's in transition, and that gives Hanish Zabori the first game of the second set. And so far, Hanish and Zabori, have got more firepower and better court positioning. So it's tough for Cruz and Anika to get any real traction. But I think if they just dig in and have the patience, go back to the grind again and see if they can cut down on the unforced errors. And there's Anika is serving first.
Yep.
Staying with the sides.
And Jerry, when you talk about the grind, like I think
about a willingness to hit more balls.
Yep. That's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, not lobbing because you can't drive, but let's just work the point and get into the point and not give away any quick unforced errors trying to press. And it's such a delicate balance because you want to have that offensive mindset. You have to have the offensive mindset with every shot that you hit. But that doesn't mean going for winners. Cover by Harnish.
Jerry, it looks like the sun is setting and going down, hopefully becoming less of a problem as this match goes on.
Is that same placement of the lob, Patty? Getting Anika to take a backhand overhead through the middle.
For Cruz Anika, I like Cruz being the player on the left, Jerry. I just think the way she defends that lob from Hanisch out of the deuce court, just it's a minimum of errors off of that. She seems to handle it. I mean, they're stretching these guys, Cruz and Anika, every which way. But that's what makes them, you know, they're they're wizards on the court. They are so deliberate here and just no unforced errors.
You can see the speed of play has slowed down considerably. Both teams have kind of dug in. And to your point, by keeping Cruz on the left, you know, she is just going to maintain that same rhythm and the same placement and make Harnisch and Zabori have to take a risk or come up with something different.
Jerry, I've got an update on the women's semifinal. In the other semifinal, Curtis and Andreeva won the first set, 6-4, according to Ron Cummins.
Thank you, Ron.
What a great read from Hanisch right there. She just knew Anika was setting up. Huge backswing for that backhand cutter attempted drop, and Hanisch just moved in, blitzed, crushed it.
Move by Cruz, read that play, pounced on the down up overhead and took away time. Use that space that was between Cruz and the net, just cut it a little too finely. Oh. The accuracy. Cruz just punches that returner serve down the line.
You just don't see that down the line shot used enough, and it keeps players, you know, really honest up there at the net. And, you know, Cruz is a smart enough player to sort of, she kind of holds her shot. You don't know if she's chipping up, chipping low. She has pretty good disguise on the shot.
Yes. And she's not going to hit you off the court, but it's going to be the placement, the accuracy, and the speed.
She might hit me off the court, Jerry.
that overhead, the break again.
Little frustration there. Anika trying to create something. Pulled a Zambori and, flew up and just missed that shot. Jerry, quick shout out to the paddle boys. They are just making the sport of paddle so fun, sharing funny stuff, their take on some things. They're doing a great job. They have more followers, I found out, than even floor tennis on Instagram. Great social media presence, and those guys are great guys. They're doing a lot for the sport. Jersey loves the paddle boys.
Yeah, I had the opportunity of meeting them at Montclair.
Oh, I had the opportunity to sit with them last night, Jerry, for a few.
Nice, sorry, Patty. Nice drop by Zabori. Cruz was there, but she just pushed it wide, and there's a 2-1 lead for Hanish Sabori in the second set.
Yeah, Jerry, the paddle boys, I mean, it is so fun, the energy they're bringing to this, and they call it like it is, which we can't always do here on the APTA network, and that's the benefit that they have to be on the free open market. They'll observe things and certainly add a lot of humor to it, and I just think they're great for the sport, and I had so much fun with them. Canoe Brook hosted a pro flight event last night, and the paddle boys were there the whole time and just did a phenomenal job, and they're so engaging with everybody who's around. Just totally fun, festive environment.
I see them on social media. And it's that lively forehand volley. Tough to keep that ball in when it's hit below the level of the net. Liz Cruz serving 1-2. Second set, Hanish Sabori got the first set 6-2.
Jerry, I'm going to ask you a serious question here.
Okay. I'm
And one of the-
concentrating on the match, you know that, right?
I know, but does one of the paddle boys look like he could be one of my brothers? Seriously? Okay, I'll move on, Jerry.
Okay, Anika went for that little touch backhand volley, missed it in the net. They've got to get something going here. Got to keep this second set close.
Jerry, they've got to hold serve. They just,
Oh!
I mean,
Down the
I'm
feet.
I'm almost contemplating that they might not think about staying back a little bit and get Zabori and Hanish up at the net because they can't hold serve in this match. And that's because of all the off speed and, placement of the shots from Hanish and Zabori, and the lobbing is just breaking them down. Tough to win paddle matches if you don't hold serve.
Sabori coming all the way over. Hanish's side. There's the switch at net again, putting Cruz. Nice nick on the right hand side.
I believe Curtis Andrakova are up 2-1 on Shea Sutter in the second set, Jerry, in the other semifinal.
Yeah, and those teams played each other twice last year and they split, so their head-to-head was 1-1.
I just figured that match had to go 3 sets.
Cruz and Nika taking a moment here to get their strategy. 30-40. Good serve down the tee.
bit of a gift, and Cruz did look like, Jerry, she was just going to stay back on that and see what she couldn't, try to control play a little differently after the serve.
Advantage, punish, Subori.
He just got rushed into that error.
Did she forget that she could have just lobbed that ball? I mean, it was low and in front. Your point about grinding, we got to see the grind right now.
Zabori found the right hip and got an error, and they go to a 3-1 lead in the second set. Hanish Zabori got the first set 6-2.
And Jerry, you saw how far Zabori went to the middle, and you could see Anika kind of followed her to the middle, and Zabori is probably one of the few women in the game who can make you pay for that positioning. Typically, that person sliding over is able to cut off the drive, but just perfect placement, behind Anika on that move.
Yeah, and that play, she's just looking for a reaching error. The placement and the height over the net.
I'm just watching Zabori and Hanish, and I was just watching their feet, Jerry, nothing else, and you just see the footwork, and they're like synchronized swimmers out there. They're in tune with each other's movements the whole time. Shea and Sutter just grab the fourth game, and that other semifinals tied at 2-2, second set.
Zabori had all the answers there. He was countering all the attacks. Cruz and Anika need to find a way to take her out of the play when she's on top of the net like that. Half-pace shot, closing the net. Nice roll by Anika there.
Jerry, the finals of this event were to have been held at 5:30, but clearly we got a delayed start here, going on the air an hour later, and with that other semifinal going potentially 3 sets and a much longer match, it looks like, right at this point. We'll let you know what we're looking at for the women's finals tonight.
Yeah, they need a half-hour break minimum. So that'll go out. APTA will send out a blast. Oh, nice maneuver by Cruz there.
Help, help, help.
That was a good hole by Cruz and Anika.
That was a must. Yeah, didn't they have?
Keeping
Like
it close, it's a 3-2 in the second set.
Yeah, Jerry, I just think, the Cruz Anika success will come from Anika. Cruz is going to be pretty steady, as we said when we came on the air. And, it seems like when you get in these cat and mouse games between Anika and Zabori, Zabori's winning them at this point. And it's almost that Anika has to resist engaging in some of those. And that's so counterintuitive to how she thinks and sees the game.
Yep. And you just saw on one of the instant replays there, the play that Zabori hits that little touch drop shot down low and then closes behind for the blitz. Okay, Roxy Anika serving 2-3, second set. Hani Sabori won the first set, 6-2. You see how effective that service is that stays low. It's much harder for Harnish to hit down on it like she likes to when the ball is a little bit high.
And it just looks like the combined quickness of the hands at the net with Zabori and Hanish. It's just, it's over what Anika and Cruz can match up with right now. And that's why they've got to figure out how to buy some time and go into the grind here. And it's a little harder from the net to slow down play, but and I don't know. Zabori, she's back to human highlight over there, taking advantage of every opportunity, it seems. She's really converting here beautifully. I don't know. I might hit some overheads and pin her back in that ad court corner so that she can't float to the middle and disrupt a little bit. She's just feeling it, and you can see Hanish just moves over in that deuce court and lets Zabori just glide.
She did well to catch up with that.
Holy cow. Curtis Andreikova up 3-2 on Shane Sutter. Second set of their semifinal matchup. Curtis Andreikova won the first set 6-4.
Cruz played that masterfully, moved the ball around, had the players opened up the court and just a little too much on the overhead and pushed it long.
And that's the ball, I think, maybe even flatten out that overhead and just hit it harder. I think the ball just got a little lower on her and she lost a little control on that shot.
Anika's really finding success on that serve, keeping it low on Hanish's forehand.
Come on! Let's go!
Game, Hanish, Zabori, they lead the second set for game 2.
Yep, and there it is. We didn't really see movement forward. You knew the drive was coming from Zabori, and Cruz and Anika were pretty much flat-footed, didn't make a move in. And if Cruz has to just get on top of the net, even just volley that ball straight ahead. Don't engage with Zabori cross-court. That cross-court backhand is, when you have someone playing lights out over in that ad court, you've got to avoid it. And it's no party going to Hanish straight ahead, but
No.
But she doesn't hurt them the same way instantly like Zabori does.
Just taking a practice serve with a new ball.
No, come on.
Love 50.
So Zabori is human. She can miss.
looks a little confused right now. Not quite sure. They've taken her out of her rhythm.
She's not in Chicago, Jerry.
Getting a little too excited here. To go, back to the 101. Chance here for Cruz and Anika.
And it's a cliche, you take it one at a time. You can't rush it. There is a tendency when you're out in front to try to end it where, that's where errors come into it as well. It's that fine line. Both semifinals, 6 games in, 3 all on the other semis, Jerry.
Cruz was off the net, so that was the right shot for Zabory to take.
You saw early in that point, Hanisch hit the shot, a couple shots in a row in the middle. She got Anika to flip her paddle over and, to swing at a forehand volley, whereas Cruz was all set on her backhand volley there, and they got it back. And what did Hanisch do? She went right back to the same spot with a lob, and that's what makes her such a brilliant paddle player, because she's just willing to understand what the other team can cover well, where they might have a little bit of a glitch, and really going to the problem spots over and over and over.
Oh, what a serve.
Wow.
Back to deuce. Serve your way out of trouble.
Talked about Cruz going down the line. It'd be a good time to go down the line again, because you can see Zabory is looking to pick off that ball on the return from Cruz. Cruz does not bring a ton of pace on that ball, so it makes her a little bit more vulnerable to that net player picking off the shot, the return.
Followed up by another big serve down the tee, and that puts them at a 5-2 lead in the second set. Having won the first set 6-2. So you've just, you've seen Hanisch and Zabory just calm down, settle down, get into their rhythm, and once they're solid like that in their rhythm, they're tough to beat because they're so creative, and you can see how they open up the court for each other and balance each other. But I thought Cruz and Anika had the right formula when we started.
I thought they did, Jerry, and I think that's the critical thing. You've got to keep this close. You can't let a team who are phenomenal front runners get away too far from you. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, but a lot of times it's self-inflicted wounds with just a few too many errors, and you've got to go into the grind like we talk about over and over.
Go help. You got it, Anna?
You know, again, Jerry, you just see that quickness that Hanish and Zabori have as a team, and they can run down, cover anything. Cruz trying a little drop shot there or shorter volley on purpose, didn't work out.
You. I go.
Yeah, the communication. You go. No, I got it.
That's the back of Liz Cruz hitting the overhead, and her partner is Roxy Anika, in case you're just joining us, and Floor Hanish in the deuce court. Anna Zabori out of the ad court. Zabori and Hanish won the first set 6-2, up 5-2 from Philly Cricket Club.
That's a good angle that shows the preparation of Liz Cruz's overhead. She really sets her paddle early.
Another score update from Rom Cummins, 4-3 on Drakova Curtis, up in their semifinal against Jay Sutter.
What a great grab there. You saw Anika intentionally hit that overhead hard, got the floater back that she was looking for so she could hit that cut. But Hanish and Zabori were able to run it down. And we're at match point.
Hanish Zabori, all the answers it seems like today, Jerry. Wow.
Good.
What a pickup.
Next one.
Wow, just another great lob out of the deuce court from Floor Hanish.
It is game, set, match. Hanish Zabori, 6-2, 6-2. Once they got their feet under them again after those first few games in the first set, they really dictated the play. They had the rhythm off the deck, the placements of their shots, and you know their teamwork just flows. Cruz and Anika, credit to them. You know, they, like we said, they don't play together, and that you know sometimes hurts you. Although they look pretty comfortable. To me, I didn't see a lot of miscommunication, or they had the answers in the beginning. But then I think they just went for shots that weren't there too soon. The pressure of Hanish Zabori, you know, just staying at them. And they just ran away with it in the end.
I'm in 100% agreement with you, Jerry.
I saw a lot of head shaking, so I nodding. I thought so. So I believe we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll be back with the women's final. You know, check out online. I'm sure there'll be an email going out as to what time the women's final will be on. We're still waiting for an update score on the other women's semifinal, which is going on.
Yep, I think they're still 4-3 second set, Jerry.
All right. Well, that is a wrap. We'll see you for the women's final. Thanks, Patty.
Thanks, Jerry.
Done. Great job. Hey, good stuff to you. Patty, good job. Yeah, a lot of fun. You guys look great out there. How long have you been playing?
Who, me? Oh, I've been playing my whole life. How about you?
Wow, I only started playing when I retired.
Someone say retired?
Looking good out there, Eli.
Thank you.
Amazing match point. What athleticism.
And there you have it, your APTA national champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up and he's right there.